and get right into it. So just a little bit of background while I go over here. I did used to sell planners on Amazon KDP, but my account got terminated. So I do have a little bit of idea on what has sold with planners because I did very well with selling planners on my KDP account. And I'm going to show you how to create one from scratch or from using Canva templates, we'll say. So we're going to go ahead and just go to templates, and we're going to type in planner. And as you can see, they have all different types of templates in here. So first you want to determine what type of planner you're creating, like specifically what target audience. Are you creating a planner for moms? Is this going to be a finance planner for tracking expenses, for grocery lists, for budgeting, for eliminating debt? Is this going to be for real estate agents, teachers, nurses? So you want to figure that out before you start designing, because that's going to help you know what elements to include in your planner. But we're going to go here and so just for the purposes of this example, I'm just going to say finance planner. Finance is one of those things that everyone has to deal with and worry about. And so there are a lot of people that are in debt. There's a lot of people that have financial goals. So I do think that financial planners are a great niche, and you can make them different by the color pattern, the specific target audience, like I said, the niches that you pick to create this planner for. So we're going to just go ahead, and as you can see, they have all these different budget trackers, but we're going to go ahead and just select one. We're going to hit budget planner and hit customize this template. Now this is going to be most likely a yearly calendar, but you can do it whatever you want. If you want to do 6 months, or if you just wanted to focus on a budget planner that people can use whenever, it's all up to you. As you can see, we have this template here, but we're going to go ahead and add a page. And this is going to be your cover page, and we're going to go over here, and we're going to go over to designs, and we're going to say monthly calendar. And you can go through here. It's 2025. We're halfway through 2025. So if you wanted to work on a 2026 one, you could do that. But this design right here already has all of the months. So we could go ahead and hit apply to all 13 pages. And we can edit this later on. And now we have all of our months in the beginning. So the first thing you want to do once you have your months on here is you want to go ahead and decide what are you going to change about this? What color pattern are you going to use? Because it is digital, you can use whatever colors that you want. We're going to remove certain elements on here. I personally don't like this font, so you can change the font to whatever you want. Stretch it out. It just depends on what type of theme and look you're going for. Let's say that I was making this for a teacher. We would put those certain elements on the planner, because not only of course, you're a teacher, so you might want to budget for things that you have to do for your class or for school, but you can also be a personal finance planner as well to set specific goals. As we know, teachers have the summer off. Some teachers work during the summer, some don't. So maybe you want to help them to budget for that time period when they're not going to be working during the summer throughout the year. Just think different things like that you can think about when you're creating your planner. So we're going to go ahead and look over here to see if we want to change anything. Now I want to go to elements and type in teacher. And we're going to go over in graphics. And now you can add certain elements on here. let's go. Make this smaller so I can see. Maybe you want to turn it this way, 90 degrees. Make it a little bit smaller maybe. And put it like that. Maybe you want to have a pencil on here. Go through the elements and see what else, or if that's all. So we just want to, go on theme with whoever you're targeting. Combine them, group them, make it a little bit bigger. And then you can decide that if you want to have this on the same thing on each one. If you do, you just combine it, group, hit copy, delete, remove, and have it there. And if you want to go ahead and just hit copy style on this font, and here, go ahead and select this one, and it will change it quickly like that. And you can do that for each one. We copied the apple, and let's go ahead and copy this style, and you change it. As of course each month is a little bit bigger, so you're going to go ahead and change the sizing. If you want to have everything the same size, you can pick the month that is the longest word, and whatever font size you like with that one, you can change it for all the other ones of the months. Go ahead and delete. So it's going to be a lot of cleaning up for it to match each one. But because you already have the layout of the months, it's not too much work. Make sure everything is centered. Deleting. So you get the concept of that. So I won't go through all of that. So of course you're gonna go up and clean up everything, and then you're gonna go to the next thing that you want to add in your planner. So we're gonna add a page. We're gonna go to design. And so originally we said we were gonna do a budget planner. So we're gonna go back and type in budget. And you're gonna add different elements to that. So they have different templates that you can use. You can go through and look at them to see what you like. So this is a monthly budget with the, the gas, water, Wi-Fi, electric. We have an expense tracker here, food amount, transportation, entertainment. So this is in different categories that will be good for them to have, to be able to see it visually like that. You can go ahead and add that page. And you can really add as many different templates as you want here. Right here, we have your income, we have your debt, we have your fixed expenses that are going to be every single month that you can't change. We have your savings. So this is going to help you to be able to notate what you have saved. So you can change this text if you don't want that. You can add text, monthly budget, line spacing, change this font to black. If you want to do something all at one time, you can change it from gray to black. You can hit change all, and it's going to change all the fonts that are gray on all your pages to black. So of course you can go ahead and edit all of these details. You can edit the color of these borders. Oh, not that. Right here, the border color, we can change that if you wanted it to be blue. And let's go back here. In order to do it all at one time, you can just highlight it and go ahead and select that particular color. So we're going to go back, and now we're going to go to adding another page. And so we have a savings challenge. We can go ahead and add that in. So you're just going to go through and add pages that you think will go along with your type of planner that you're creating. You can change the colors. If you have a theme that you're doing, maybe you want to do pink, white, and gray or silver, you can change it and add different elements to create the cohesive look altogether, especially because you are using different templates. And if you want to make sure that all of the pages have the same font, what you can do is you can highlight all of the text and you can select that particular font, and then you will have to do that for every page. And yes, so if that is something that you will need to have it to all the same, then you can do that. For these two designs, I see that they are actually already the same font, so you don't have to worry about that. And yes, so you can hit this, and then we're going to go back to elements, the teacher elements. Maybe you could do something like this, and this you can actually change the colors on. A+ teacher as a fun to put on there because you're saving and you're doing good as a teacher. And so you can add different elements like that, and we can go ahead and select it. And as you can see, we could actually change this to match the colors that we were using. If they say that these are the colors you were using, the pink and the green, you can pick elements that you can actually change the colors, so to make sure that it's more cohesive with the look. And so one thing that I like to add is I'm big on quotes. So in between maybe certain sections or different pages, I like to add in quotes that are inspiring. And so you can look up quotes for teachers, for budgeting, for just motivation in general, and you can put that in between. And I think specifically when you're talking about financing and budgeting and saving, it does take a lot of discipline if you already don't have that skill set, or that mindset, I should say. So having those motivational quotes that you can create yourself in here as a different element that other planners won't have, especially because you're using templates. And like I said, you can change the colors, you can change the backgrounds, you can change all of that, but this will add that special element to it as well. Or maybe if you are creating this planner for teachers and you actually are a teacher, that will help because you can go ahead and add in different things that you know a teacher will need to budget for. So being involved in the niche or being related to the niche will help to make your planner more customizable and more relatable to your audience. And that way, when you're editing these templates, you can be creating something that you know is going to sell because you yourself would use this product. So I do recommend picking a niche that you actually know about, so that you can target them. Like previously, I have created a pregnancy planner. I actually still have it for sale. And because I am a mother, I knew what specifically to put in there to relate to women who, whether this is your first time or not. So that helps. So you can go ahead and add text, and you can add your quote here. You can get your quotes from ChatGPT or Google. Teachers are the real heroes. Okay, I'm not the best speller here. So you can make it bigger. You can make this all capital by clicking here, and you can change this font if you would like. Okay, that doesn't look good with the, you make it bigger, make sure it's centered, and you can maybe go to elements and hit teacher background and select a background. If you want to do a cutesy one like this, or if you wanted to do like apples and books. And then as you can see, this one allows you to change the colors, so you can match the colors of your theme of your particular planner. So we're going to hit set as background. Because this is very busy though, you do have to be mindful. Okay, let's go back actually. Undo. Because before you set it the background, you want to make sure you change the colors so you can change it. Okay, I see that this particular one, when you change the color, it does change the overall look of it, like makes it darker. So it's not exactly changing the colors, but because you can either go back to that or you can keep it, and you can change this color brown. Let's see what happens when you change it to black. So it's making it gray. Just making it white. So we see that's what's happening. Go ahead and we're going to just set this as the background. And because you can't really see this, I might not pick this one, or I would make it like a little bit more transparent. But I don't really like how this looks together. So maybe we won't pick something so busy for the background, or we can change this, the way that this font looks. Maybe we could just do like a border instead, and then maybe we just change the background to pink like this, and then we just do like a border so that the text doesn't look too overwhelmed with these particular background. You could just keep looking, but let's see, we're going to put teacher border instead of background, because that, so maybe something like this, and you can change the different color. So we can have this as the quotes in the middle. And here, let's see what happens when we change the color. So it actually is changing the color. So let's see, we want to do greens. We want it to do purple maybe. Yeah, so whatever color you're using, you can go ahead and change this. We're going to center this. We have this, and you can add your quotes here. And you can have as many of these as possible, as you want in there. And we could put these in between different sections or pages. Another thing that I really like to add to planners, no matter what type of planner I'm creating, is affirmations. And you can kind of do the same thing here. Instead of a quote, maybe you could put affirmations, or you can do it as a list. So you can have add text here. We can say financial goal affirmations, or whatever text you want to put here. Because I believe that the words that you speak are powerful, especially what you say every day. So you want to be able to have certain affirmations that you tell yourself. Maybe you could put that type of text here, whatever font you want to use. And so you can go ahead and get your affirmations from ChatGPT if you want. So you can say, write short affirmations for teachers about budgeting, meeting financial goals, and we can say wealth mindset. So I like to give them as many details as possible. So just adding different things to your planner, like I said, that will help your planner to stand out, especially if you're coming from a place where you are using templates. So we're going to go ahead and copy them, and then we're going to go back over to the design, paste them, and go ahead. You can number them. You can left align them, make them bigger. If you wanted to add more space between the lines, you can do that as well. And you can add as many if maybe you only want to do 7 on each page, but you want to make them bigger and you want to have them throughout the planner, you can do that as well. Whatever you like to do. And then let's say if we wanted to make this back white, or maybe we want to go to our elements and we want to put wealth or money to add that on there. So you can add different elements on there for you want. Let's say you want real money so that you can see that as part of your affirmations. Have real money on there. Make this a little bit smaller so everything can fit. And then we have it on here so that you can see the real money while you're saying these affirmations. Then we're going to combine them and make it a little bit smaller. And then we have that. And then if we want, we could do money background. I'm going to go ahead and let's see, set as background, but I want to remove the background. So now we have the cash. So if we do it like that, we might not need the money here. And we can either make this transparency lower so that we can see everything else, and you can have it like that. So now you have your financial goals or money affirmations, whatever you want to put here. And you can add different elements like that throughout your planner. And so